Blessed love and blessings way up, my fire fam. Welcome to the final prediction video. David BENAVIDEZ versus Caleb Sweet Hand Plant. It's going down in a few hours. Final prediction video. Before we get into it, I'm gonna need your best double jab straight down the pipe with the left hook behind it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when all new content is being uploaded on channel of Real Life Boxing. Put the left hook behind it and share the video, please and thank you. Caleb Sweet Hand Plant, 22-1, 13 wins coming by KO, and his loss coming by stoppage to the hands of Canelo Saul Alvarez. He's 30 years of age, 6'1", 74-inch reach. He is fighting David BENAVIDEZ, who has 26 fights. He's 26-0 with 23 wins coming by KO, and he has 0 losses. He is 26 years of age, 6'2", with a 74.5-inch reach. So they have pretty similar stats. I don't think that anyone thought that Caleb Plant was just as big as David BENAVIDEZ, because David BENAVIDEZ, he's a big boy. David BENAVIDEZ is a 2-time WBC champion. He lost his belt twice on the scales. I mean, once on the scale and once to failing the drug test for cocaine, and we all know that. But this video ain't really to focus on that and trash David BENAVIDEZ. But I wanted to mention it because it has to do with what I'm gonna say going down into the stretch of this fight. This is an exciting fight. I haven't seen so many regular people, and what I mean by regular people is like people who you really wouldn't consider like real hardcore boxing fans. I haven't seen so many regular people be this excited about a fight in a long time, and even boxing people. I haven't seen so many boxing people being so excited for a fight in a long time. We've had some big fights, you know what I'm saying, but in the boxing gym every day, like, all the kids are excited about this fight. All the young fighters are excited about this fight. So it's a good look, and I'm excited about the fight, and I think that it's going to be a great fight, and I hope that you guys believe that it's going to be a great fight as well. David BENAVIDEZ came into the first press conference, I mean, energy on 100, just, you know, ration, really trying to push the fight, being very disrespectful to Caleb Plant, professionally and unprofessionally. When I say unprofessionally, I mean his dad, you know, bringing up the talks about Caleb Plant and his daughter and stuff like that. So that's what I mean by unprofessionally. Not just disrespecting his boxing, but disrespecting, you know, him as a person as well. David BENAVIDEZ returned to the presses this week and had very different energy. And for whatever reason, it could be because he's just tired. He's expressed how much he's trained for this fight and how much he's got up for this fight. So it could be that he's tired. He expressed also how he's been on weight for some time now. He could be weight drained. He could be overtrained. You know what I'm saying? He could have overtrained and overexhausted himself for this fight. And I'm gonna be honest, judging off of his behavior, off of his attitude, off his temperament, from the first presser to the most recent presses and then the weigh-in, he definitely looks tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say weight drain, but he does look weight drained though, but he definitely looks tired. At the first presser the other day, the day before the weigh-in, I mean, this guy looked like he didn't even have the energy to like argue with Caleb Plant. He looked like he was ready for a meal. You know what I'm saying? He looked like that's all he had on his mind was a meal. We spoke about their age earlier. Caleb Plant is 30 and David BENAVIDEZ is 26. With that being said, Caleb Plant being very disciplined inside and outside the ring over the course of his career, I believe that he is the fresher fighter. David BENAVIDEZ does have more fights. I would say that their resumes are pretty equal. Maybe Caleb Plant has a slightly better resume, obviously with Canelo Alvarez on it. But if you was to take Canelo Alvarez off of Caleb Plant's resume, their resumes are pretty much, you know, are pretty equal. But like I said, I will consider Caleb Plant probably the fresher fighter, because when you are undisciplined and not dedicated outside of the ring, that can take some years off of your life. We spoke about David Benavidez missing weight a bunch of times, lost his title on the scale. He actually missed weight again even after he failed, after he lost his title for the drug, for failing the drug test. He actually missed weight again after that. So I feel like this type of behavior outside of the ring and not being disciplined puts years on your career that you don't have to waste and that you don't have to give up. So that's why I feel like Caleb Plant is probably the fresher fighter. I wouldn't deem David Benavidez like more of a fresher fighter because he's younger than Caleb Plant in this instance. In many instances you would, but I feel like in this instance I won't, because Caleb Plant, you know what I mean, he's pretty disciplined, pretty focused, you know, definitely looks the part, takes care of his body. So when a guy is, doing coke and just blowing up in weight between fights and having to lose weight in a fastly timed manner, it takes off, it takes away. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't consider David Benavidez the fresher fighter. David Benavidez, come forward, aggressive fighter. Caleb Plant, boxer, puncher now. You know what I'm saying? All the skills, and just recently pulled out his one punch KO power with his KO of Anthony Durrell. So with all of those facts being said, both of these guys are very, very, very good and talented fighters, whether or not you're a fan of either or. Caleb Plant is the slightly more proven, and we can say this is David Benavidez's coming out party. This is his coming out fight. This is the fight that's going to prove to us if he is really the Mexican monster. Now, me, it would bring me joy for either of these guys to win. For if David Benavidez won, I can find joy in there for him. If Caleb Plant won, I can find joy in there for him. So I am rooting for neither of these guys. But I do want to believe that David Benavidez is the Mexican monster. My prediction for this fight is for David Benavidez to win the fight. I don't know if he stops Caleb Plant, but I'm picking Benavidez to win the fight. My gut feeling and my gut belief is that Caleb Plant stops David Benavidez. Really weird, but I'm picking David Benavidez to win the fight. And before the pressers and everything, my natural, honest prediction was going to be David Benavidez. But now seeing the more recent presser and seeing his body language and just seeing, I see fire in Caleb Plant's eyes, and I feel like the fire has dimmed in David Benavidez's eyes. Now that could be just for the presses, and he can come out guns blazing tonight. Again, I'm picking David Benavidez to win the fight, but I honestly feel like Caleb Plant is gonna beat him, if that makes sense. And even if he doesn't stop him, I just feel like Caleb Plant is gonna win. Does that make sense to you guys? Picking David Benavidez to win the fight, but I genuinely feel like Caleb Plant is gonna win the fight. I want you guys to tell me what you guys think about it in the comment section. Now, this would be shocking for Caleb Plant to come out and stop David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? Shocking. But things happen in boxing, and I know everyone is expecting, well, not everyone, because this fight is really 50-50. Some people think that Caleb Plant is gonna win, and some people think that David Benavidez is the Mexican monster and he's gonna beat up Caleb Plant. But I think that it's a great fight either way. I want you guys to tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. And again, I feel like there's fire, there's a fire burning in Caleb Plant's eyes, and I feel like the fire is a little dim in David Benavidez's eyes. But maybe that was just for the presser, in the weigh-in, like I said, and maybe he's gonna come out guns blazing. Again, final pick, I'm picking David Benavidez to win the fight, but I think that Caleb Plant is gonna win. Does that make sense? You guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Again, my pick is David Benavidez to win the fight. You guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. And until then, until the next one, I should say, you keep fighting your fight and protect yourself at all times. Peace and one love. This Coach Fire, and this is Real Life Boxing.